Hey, okay, is this on? Okay, I can hear myself. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Alright, great. Okay, sorry, I do believe you are ready now. Alright, let's go. This is where we begin the plot, so I just have to beat a few NPCs and then we'll be shiny hunting this Pokemon. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. And to the rescue comes my friend, Barry. So we'll battle these two. I believe Cynthia comes. Yeah, Cynthia probably comes after this battle. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but she does show up. Oh, that wasn't effective, so I'm gonna have to switch out and go into Inferno. Yeah, for sure. They're not gonna make it easy. Oh, reflect and light screen. That's a problem. Especially since they only use Munchlax, which is not really a strong Pokemon. So I'm gonna switch it up and go into Infernape. As long as they don't do Confuse Ray on me, I don't mind what they do. Yeah, you confuse him, but not me, because I don't want to attack my Pokemon to attack itself, so yeah. Just like that. I did not want that to happen to me, so I get my turn to attack. Oh no! Right, fine. Hopefully I don't hit myself too often. Okay, so I could have beaten this battle off stream, but I wanted to do it on stream because I kinda like this cutscene and stuff. It's all very cool. So that's why I opted to do it on the stream, pretty much. But I'll save afterwards, so there'll be no problem. Yeah, okay. Awesome, you go into that, why don't you? So I won't take out their Golbat, and then I can switch into a Crobat, and now take out the Purloin. No, sorry, the Perugly. Come on. Uh-oh, that could be very bad for my Luxray because it's vulnerable to ground. That is so bad for me. I'm gonna have to switch out if I can, so I'll see what I can do. Hopefully I can just get the Golbat in on time, so... Sorry, Crobat. So if I'm right, the Perugly is gonna go into my slot and try to dig up onto me. Because I fly, it should just miss. There we go. I just saved my Luxray. Oh, don't worry, you're gonna go down. Oh yeah, you poison him, but you can't poison the poison type. This is perfect. These battles are quite fun. That's Quick Claw, isn't it? You used Quick Claw to do double team. Alright, okay. I mean, it's a weird pick, but if you don't want to go for it, I'm not going to stop you. Alright, so I might have to sacrifice a Pokemon here. I need to get the skunk tank off the field so I don't get my next Pokemon poisoned. However, my attacks are not effective into it. Okay, Barry's Pokemon will survive one more turn, and if I do the wind move into it, I'll be able to knock out the skunk tank, I hope. Let's knock it out. Oh, well, we knocked nothing out. Oh my gosh. How did that survive in 1 HP? Okay, we got it, and there should be one more battle after this, I believe. Alright, awesome. We keep going. When do I get to battle? Nanda! He's like, what's going on? Mistbeat. That's my favorite one. Oh, no break? Okay, fine. Well, I'll find out if I can get out enough, because I did not get a chance to go up, so... I have no idea what that move was. No idea at all. Let's just keep going. I'm gonna have to switch it out because it's doing something stat-wise. And switching it out will reset all of those debuffs. Oh, you hyper potioned. That's so cheap. I wasn't paying attention to what Pokemon it said was coming out. That's my bad, but also, my Pokemon is quite badly debuffed, so I'm just gonna go into Infernape just to remove the buffs because I wasn't paying attention. I was just mashing the A button. Because I was mashing the A button, well, I created myself problems. Okay. Oh yes, that's a big problem. I could not have chosen the more wrong Pokemon for the encounter. Now that move right there would have killed my fire Pokemon in one hit. Just like this killed his water Pokemon, so yeah. I managed to get out of it luckily. I'm going to pay attention to what's coming out. Uh-oh. Sorry, I can't let that happen. So I'm gonna have to switch. I really don't want to switch, but the problem is that's a ground attack and my fire Pokemon will just go straight down. We're too close in level for me to survive it. I did correctly choose the Pokemon to use, I just didn't expect it to be faster and have a ground attack, so what can you do? Uh-huh, I expected that. Okay, we're almost to Dialga. This is awesome. Alright, I know who I have to go into. They're sending out Crobat, so I have to go into Luxray. Oh, are we good? Are we done? And we have it. Wait, what? No Cynthia? I thought she came up here. Maybe that was only in the anime. I can't remember. Oh my gosh, I was like, stop, don't walk up to it, don't do it. I need to hit save. Anyhow, from now on, we finally begin our shiny hunt. Oh and yeah, apologies for the start of the stream. I was just audio testing with the different background music. I need to make sure that the music wasn't too loud or that I wasn't too loud. So, hopefully this is okay. Anyhow, we now begin our shiny hunt of Dialga. You know what? This is pretty good. The loading times are so much better than they were on the Switch 1. Those loading times are just so bad. In any case, it's just going good. And if you're wondering, I have a Master Ball, so I'm not too fussed about actually trying to capture it because I'm prepared. Oh, and FYI, everything is a full odds hunt in this game. Yeah, everything. Because it's a shiny charm, but it doesn't work. Not in Pokemon in the wild, or static encounters. It's just a full on 1 out of 4096. Oh, oops, my bad. So, let's get back to doing that. And while it's loading up, I'm gonna get the video going, so, yep, just to keep myself entertained. Because I like distractions. Yeah. I remember like the first time I actually came to Dialga, thinking back to it. I tried to capture on the Switch 1, I'm not sure how much time I put into it. However, I did give up on it and I either master balled it or I just got ultra balls on it. I can't remember. And then I moved on. And then I had problems with Arceus. Actually, what probably happened was I used the Master Ball on the Dialga out of frustration, and when I accidentally found a shiny Arceus, I had no Master Ball left, which is a bit of a disaster, and which is why yeah, I never got a shiny Arceus on my previous Brilliant Diamond save. I got it on the Shining Pearl save, which is how it went down. Getting the Switch 2 was totally worth it. Not just for the games that are going to be coming out soon, but because I can actually shiny hunt in this game and not have to spend an eternity, which is appreciated. Alright, come on, be shiny. I know I could optimize this a bit by stepping forward and saving, stepping forward and saving. That'll give me maybe 1.5 seconds of time between checks, no. I might do it, just to see how close I can get to it before actually hitting that movement threshold. Alright, first save I'll put down here, which should be good. We'll step forward one more time. Oh, and we found it, so that's the threshold and we can't move forward beyond that. That would save us about a second of time. So I was looking at the price of 3DS XL consoles yesterday and they've really gone up. I've seen this boxed Sun and Moon 3DS XL. It was about £500. That was a lot more than it was when I last checked, so like yikes, these prices are going up high. I really would like to have one because I'm a big fan of the Sun and Moon games. I love Sun, I love Moon. I would like to have the actual limited edition console that goes along with them, but no, prices are getting pretty high, and that would cost more than the actual Switch 2. I paid $385 for my Switch 2, and yeah, To think about paying 115 more just for a 3DS seems a bit of a leap. Yosh, so one reason I kinda rushed my way up to Dialga was I knew I might get stuck here. Potentially. I might get stuck here for a while, and I want to make sure that if I do, I got here as quickly as possible. And I am, so that's why I did a bunch of stuff off stream. Just so that I didn't waste my time. Full odds hunts can be quite a challenge. I've only done some full odds hunts, but not many. I would say most of my shiny hunts have been done with either mechanics like SOS chaining and other stuff like that, or picnics. So that's how I would get most of my shinies, but in Sun and Moon, no, Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun, those were all shiny charmed, so yeah, they were definitely not full odds. Although, since I'm going to be getting Fire Red and Leaf Green, well, I guess I'll be doing a lot of full odds shiny hunting, but not today. It's just gonna be casual full odds hunting. But when it comes to Fire Red and Leaf Green, yeah, I'm gonna have to focus in on that because it's gonna be a lot harder. You're missing so many quality of life changes, and yeah, I'm still gonna get the games. I absolutely am gonna get them. I'm just not sure how I adapt to going so far back in time, so to speak. But I do want to play like Pokopia. Yeah, Pokopia is a game I want to play a lot of. And that's apparently about 1 week after the Pokemon Direct, so yeah. Get the Fire Red and Leaf Green, wait about a week or so, get Pokopia. I'll have a lot of Pokemon content to do, and I do look forward to it. I wonder if we'd be able to, like, trade between switches, you know? I wonder if that would let you. That'd be cool. They have been talking about adding Pokemon Home support for Fire Red and Leaf Green. So, if that happens, they will definitely be worth the £20/$20, whichever your currency is. Okay, so unrelated to what I'm doing just now, I was playing Pokemon Go earlier and I got a shiny Giratina. I made a little YouTube short of it, but yeah, I was surprised to actually get it because isn't it like 1 in 40 odds or something like that? I'm not sure what the odds are exactly in Pokemon Go, but I did manage to get it from the special research, so yeah, I would have to look up what the odds are on that. In either case, that Pokemon is just going to be transferred into Pokemon Home, along with some other Pokemon because I want to clear out my Pokemon Go save. I already have a shiny Moltres. Actually, I have two of them, but I'm going to trade one of them to a relative, transfer the other into Pokemon Home, along with two shiny Gala Articuno and a shiny Gala Zapdos. So that will complete like the Pokemon Sword and Shield shiny bird collection, but should be good to do. I mean, it took long enough. It's been about up to a year, hasn't it? Yeah, about a year, I believe. For me to actually get them. Wasn't it February 2025 when the shinies for them were unlocked? Well, it took me about a year to get 3 shiny Gala Articuno and 2 shiny Gala Moltres, and I got the shiny Zapdos Gala by a trade when I traded one of the extra Articuno away. Alright, since this is going to effectively be a 3-hour hunt, I'm going to get my charging bit connected because I don't want the battery to die in the Joy-Cons. Okay, it's connected. Awesome. Okay, so I have my distraction up. Let's get back to shiny hunting. I know I'm being a bit quiet, just I'm doing some random stuff at this exact time. Alright, I have to set up a counter. I'll just set up a simple one on my side. But I'm not sure how that will actually update into this because I've never done that before. Um, let's just say I've done 16. Okay? It's kind of annoying because there's actually a camera button on the Switch 2 Joy-Con that I have to be mindful of. It's right below the actual game reload button, so I don't like that. But those are the trade-offs, I guess, you know. Faster speed. There's always got to be some sort of trade-off, doesn't there? Well, Alright, I'll be right back. Give me a moment. Alright, let's go. So, I just stepped out to get a drink, and I'm back, so... I have been looking forward to this hunt because it's been a while since I shiny hunted in this game. And I did really want to get this actual Dialga shiny a long time ago, but I gave up on it. Well, I suppose it all works out in the long run because here we are, at least you'll say here I am, able to shiny hunt it and on a live stream, no less. It's not just like me play it on myself on my own, which is really great because I actually get to record my hunt, log how many times I've checked it, roughly. I'm not going to be keeping an exact count, no, not an, I'll be an estimate. But yeah, so here I am and I get to do this. This is great fun for me because I've always wanted to do a full odd shiny hunt. Most of my stuff, as I said before, is by mechanics or the shiny charm. So I had some dialogue here, but there's really nothing for me to actually say what's going on in the game. So yeah, I'll just talk about random stuff, I guess, because what else can I talk about? It's just the same stuff, like reloading, reloading, but that's shiny hunting. That's just how it goes. So yeah, what do I want to talk about? I'm not even sure, so where do I want to start? Today was kind of okay. The weather wasn't too great. Some good news on the internet. I am going to be getting leaf green and fire red for the Switch. What else? Yeah, I got tempted by that Sun and Moon limited edition 3DS at 500, but it's really not needed. You can see all sorts of stuff and be like, oh, I would love that, but when you have it, it's just like, oh, it's an object, you have it. It immediately loses its interest because you've obtained it. Everything just looks so much more interesting when you know you don't have it. I learned that lesson the hard way. I've got some rare stuff and I just don't even pay attention to it. Yeah, so I think it's more interesting to not have stuff than actually to have the stuff. So maybe me just not having that special Sun and Moon 3DS makes it even better for me. I can be like, yeah, I'm happy not having it. Oh, I'm closing it, okay? So, all these 3DS consoles, they're kind of dying off anyway. They're so old now, like, either the screens are given out, or the case is all chipped, whatever, or the charger port has failed. Whatever it is, it's just like how console stuff goes, especially handhelds. Handhelds receive a lot of damage over time, a lot damage. Okay, come on, give me the shiny. So, a Game Boy compared to 3DS is so much easier to actually get parts for and replace. I believe almost anyone over a certain age could do a case swap on a Game Boy, but not on a 3DS, or a DS, or a 2DS, because A, custom cases and lots of ribbons and all that sort of stuff. I have two 3DSs, just the basic ones, and they're both the red type, and one of them has had the paint kind of like come off along the edge. I don't know what caused it, but there are two patches where the paint came off. The two patches where paint came off the side. I've been looking at it eagle-eyed for a while, and really, it's made me not want to play it too much because I'm worried like, oh, is this going to break? Is more paint just going to come off it? I don't know. Alright, so apologies for going silent. I'm not used to doing these type of hunts on the stream. And yeah, this is my first time doing one of these in the stream, so it's not very like a lot of feedback and stuff going on in the game. Well, the game loads fast, but other than that, it's not loading up the shiny very fast, so what can I do, huh? Well, I'll just find times to talk about random stuff. Well, I've talked about a lot of random stuff already. So after this, right, I'm gonna go for Mesprit. But not directly. I'll finish off the story, beat the Elite Four, then make Mesprit the next target. Or should I go for Arceus? I'm not sure, it's either one of the two. Azelf and Uxie, well, they can wait, but those are the two ones I kinda want to focus in on. So we'll see how that goes. But first I have to get there, and yeah, who knows how long this will take. How long is a straw? How long is a piece of string? Infinite? Tiny? Oh, I can save here? Didn't know that. Alright, fine, I will save here. I thought I had crossed over the actual maximum distance, but apparently there's a little bit more that I could have gone. Which is fine by me. If it saves me a little bit extra, then that's good. So that'd be like 1.1 seconds of time. Overall, that'll add up into the check counter, which is good. So I'm happy about that. You know, all of this is kind of like investment for me. I bought a Switch 2, extra Joy-Cons, and a bunch of stuff so I could do these exact kind of hunts. And I have to just like, yeah, you know, face it, like, you're not gonna have much to talk about. That's just how these hunts go. You have to distract yourself. Now, if this was just like me doing it on my own, I would have this on the side and I wouldn't really even be paying attention to it because, yeah, it's like, you'd want to multitask it, wouldn't you? That's what soft resets are basically for. They're a multitask, not a focus. Alright, that was a fail, so I'm thinking like, would 3 hours be too much of this? It might be for me, because, I don't know, seems a lot of resets to do, but if I'm going to catch on stream, the more odds, I have more chance of getting it, the more chances I do, obviously. So, I don't know, I might just stick it up to midnight and see how it goes. But you know, either way, my BDSP save is kind of going to go on the side now because it's now officially a legendary shiny hunt, which is basically how my Ultra Moon save ended up. It just became me going into Ultra Wormholes and getting soft resetting. And I'm fine with that. It's what I set out to do. It just means I have to shift around what I do going forward for all these hunts because not all of them will go smoothly, so we take it as it comes and go from there. Dialga's shiny is of course green, so it's an easy one to spot. I'm glad I'm not doing the actual hunt for Palkia because it's basically more of a shift in the pink, which is not all that great. So I would 100% rather be doing this hunt than the Palkia hunt. And besides, I already have 2 shiny Palkia, and they're from different games. I shiny hunted them doing soft resets a while ago, so yeah. I'm not going to bother like restarting my Shining Pearl save. I'm perfectly happy with how that is. It's just the Dialga I need. Now yeah, I do know I have one in my arcade save, but it's not mine. I got it in a trade, and there's a good chance it's probably fake. But I just shoved it in there because it's useful as a dragon, and you know what? I'll use it, and I do. Oh, come on, game. So, I have to figure out the best way to hold this Joy-Con. Sorry, both Joy-Cons. To make it so I can just manage this with one hand. Let me can have a drink. I can have a drink, have some food. I can just grind it out. So if I go like this. Okay, I have an idea that might work. So I'm just gonna try it out. If I can get this to go by one hand, that'll make this a lot easier for me. Oh, which no, that worked. So if I position like a certain finger over the left Joy-Con, I just have to nudge it. That's perfect. So, I used to dislike this game. I would say, oh, it's so horrible, the art direction is so bad. And the art direction is not great, but when I looked into the actual history of this game, developers actually wanted to do a full remake, proper one, proper models, everywhere, bigger towns, all sorts of good stuff, but apparently Nintendo told them they only had 1 year to actually do the remake, and well, that's not enough time. And the net result is, we got this game. While it's not awful, yeah, it could have been a lot better, but Nintendo made sure that never came about. They were given too strict a deadline. Yeah, so what I do recall about the timelines and the way the person was talking about it was, they were making this and Legends Arceus at the same time, and they planned to release them around the same time. However, Arceus got delayed, which made Nintendo want to release this game even more to fill in a certain window. You know those Q1, Q2s, Q3s. Yeah, it was like we needed to fill in this certain queue, and they just like had this pushed out quickly, rather than it be a proper remake. And it ended up like apparently the Arceus was delayed, and this game was basically current for longer than they intended it to be. It came out half baked and it lasted longer than it should have. And it's all because of deadlines and quarterly earnings. No fault to the devs though, they were just given such a strict deadline. Oh, you know what makes this a lot easier? Having two shiny hunts, because then I would have a lot more to talk about. A lot more to talk about. But apparently, I can't do that just now because I don't have a second capture card. And my capture card arrives in about March 10th. Yes, I have to wait a while. It's not coming from like a local Amazon's warehouse, it's coming from abroad. But once I do have that, I'll be able to shiny hunt and Eevee and stuff like this simultaneously. It'll be a lot more involved and I'll be like jumping between Joy-Cons, preferably. Oh, my bad, sorry. I messed up the button order. Oh yeah? You wanna give me this shiny, huh? Go ahead, give me it. I dare you, game. I dare you. Oh well, the dare failed. It failed. Oh my gosh, okay, whatever. Fine, be that way. Uh-huh, come on, game. I'm kinda worried about a friend. Like, they're having really bad problems just now. So whatever problems I'm having, well, they're tiny, you know? The only problem is, I'm not sure what to talk about. It's so silly, but my problems are insignificant compared to my friend's problems. I do hope they get their situation resolved, because I'm really worried about them. You know, Saturday has felt kinda weird for me. I enjoyed like, I went to McDonald's, yeah. I didn't tell you that. I went to McDonald's and just, like, decided to eat out. But just what I do sometimes because I like to go out and, get away from the house. It's like all very isolated, just being sat at home and, yeah. As safe and as loving as your home can be, it can be a bit suffocating, right? Yeah. Really, that's how it feels for me sometimes. Just like, I need to get out of here. I need to stop cooking for myself all the time. I just want fast food. I just want takeaway coffees. I just want to get out there, walk, feel the wind, feel the rain. Just feel like being alive, you know? Because when you're sat in your comfy home, all warm and cozy, that warm and coziness just kind of starts becoming like a tomb. You say, I want out. I remember when I was so little, when I was a kid, like, I would always want to get home ASAP, and that was because I was in a situation where I had to go out often, to school that is, 5 days a week. But now I don't. I'm an adult and I can choose my job and what kind of work hours that will have because I could choose a part-time job. I could choose XYZ. I determine my schedule in that respect and it means I have a lot of free time and that's what's allowed me to actually get into making content and that's amazing, you know? It's really given me the opportunity. But at times I just like to go out, socialize, and reconnect with the world. even if it's the best, quite messed up at the moment, like all this stupid surveillance stuff, age checking, blah 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 blah. It's like, even online it's getting to be a bit of a nightmare, you know? I don't like going to Reddit. I don't really care for like stuff like sites like Facebook or X, formerly Twitter, or any of that sort of stuff. To me, that's kind of like all fake social engagement, and I don't really want to get involved with it. And it's so political too. It's like you're just gonna end up in camps of people who are so divided and so hateful that I don't want to even be in it. It's just, where do you go online to find chill communities? YouTube seems to be the only place to go, and yeah, that's why I'm here. You won't find it on X, you won't find it on Blue Sky, you won't find it on Facebook, no, or even Reddit for that matter. It's like the internet has been kind of crushed down into 5 websites, and everyone's getting fed up of them. Like, do you remember when the internet used to have lots of forums that used to be able to find it so easily, right? But now when you go to a Google search, what do you get? You get like AI at the top being like, oh, I have the answer for you. But AI stole that answer from some random web page and just copy pasted it to the top. Then you have promotional search results. Then you have like the people who hyper optimize the SEO to be put at the top. And maybe if you go back about 4 or 5 pages, you might find an organic link to the place you might be interested in. But search engine quality is just gonna like wee and just like self-imploded. It's so hard to find anything you want nowadays. And it's kind of funny because you put a search query in and YouTube is like, hey, why don't you go to Reddit? And people on Reddit are like, yo, why are you doing a search here? You should be on Google. But and then people are like, yo, Google told me to be here. I don't know, it's all very confusing, weird. Like a search engine is a search engine anymore. It's like one big advertisement. One giant advertisement of like copy pasted AI search results, promoted listings, SEO hypo optimizers. Like, what's the person to do? You can't find anything genuine nowadays. Like, yeah. Alright, I think I've gotten into a funk. That's awesome. I'm just talking about real life. Yeah, that'll work. Right, I've been working on a new overlay. It's about 20% done. I do want to do some of it tomorrow, but I don't know if I end up visiting the relative. If I end up having to do that, then yeah, I'll have some time for it, but not a massive amount. Yeah, that new layout will have like spaces for 2 screens. And that's what I'll be using for my drill shiny hunts. So I do look forward to doing that. And let's see. I want to play Fatal Frame. Even though I know I'm going to be very bad at it, I do want to play it and get it. I'm getting Pokepier, getting Fire Red, and maybe Leaf Green. I'll probably never complete the Pokédex in either of those. Wonder if they bring back the shiny events, like the mythical and legendary events of the past. They might do like we did with Soul Silver and where everyone got a chance to shiny hunt Celebi. Imagine that. Pokemon Home support, old event support, being able to put stuff and trade each other. That'd be great. I've been seeing like clips on YouTube from places, these journalist places about Pokopia, and they're all saying it's great, but I don't really trust them. I'll find out when I get it, but what I do know is it's basically supposed to be like Animal Crossing, but with Pokemon. If that's the case, then it's going to basically be an endless content farm, and I'm all for that because it'll be something I can go back to whenever I want. Whereas with a shiny hunt, well, if you've got it, you've got it. Oh yeah, I'm listening to the people I live with. They're saying some of the funniest stuff, but a bit of it's true. So, behind Dialga is an item. I believe it's a dragon claw or something. And when given will cause 20% damage. More or less. That item got removed. Was it Generation 8? Or was it 9? I do know the item got removed. It's some sort of dragon damage boosting item. And people used to use it on Latios often. Yeah, imagine that, using Latios for online battles. That's a long time ago. That's like when I wasn't even active in Pokemon. But apparently Latios was super powerful. You could just like basically knock out any Pokemon in one shot. Alright, so while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna check on Discord. So if you hear mouse clicks, that's what's happening. Today, 10:22 PM, somebody I watch has gone live. Alright, Dialga, it's time you gave me a shiny. So how about it? Do it. Do it to it. Oh no, that was not shiny. Anyway, so back to what I was doing. Alright, so I'm just watching some random stuff on the side. Apologies for going quiet. Yeah, let's put this down now. Yeah, there we go. Oh wow, imagine if I actually got it and didn't notice and just like reloaded the game. I gotta be careful of that. Because I'm looking between two windows and I don't want to like just like close the window off by mistake. Okay, right. So I'm watching a video of someone buy old retro games. It's nice seeing what kind of games you can get. And I guess that retro games are going up in price and desirability because people are bored of renting stuff, right? It's like, I'm tired of renting like every single movie, every single game, everything feels like a rental. And that's kind of the problem with modern day life, isn't it? Everything is a freaking rental. Right down to your car sometimes, depending on if you got one in hire purchase, which you really shouldn't do. Because the amount of interest you'll pay back on that is like 2 to 3 times the value of the actual car by the time you pay it off. And of course, cars depreciate like a lot of stuff. Like some cars just like depreciate the moment you drive them off the parking lot. Oh yeah, I'm talking about cars and depreciation. It shows you where I am thought-wise. I've just got a lot of thoughts about real life at the moment, you know? A lot of considerations. So don't mind me if I'm not always talking about Pokemon. I do apologize about that. Let's just... Yeah, I want to talk about a bunch of random stuff. Not only keep this lively, but also keep my mind active too, you know? So when I normally do like soft resets, I'm just doing them on my own. I'm not actually used to like directing them over live stream, so it's all new to me, and hopefully I'm doing okay because yeah. Alright, and the game is reloading, so before I actually got into streaming, I was buying a lot of retro games, and now since I've kind of been into Pokemon and live streaming, well, I barely buy any retro stuff anymore. It's kind of odd. I think like, should I go back to it? Should I start getting the older games again? But then you have like do I have enough space for it? Which is a real consideration because if you keep buying that stuff weekly, you're gonna need more shelves, more space, and space is at a premium. For most people, we all don't live in a mansion, so yeah. Oh yeah, apologies if I'm not soft resetting this fast enough because I'm keeping my focus divided. Oh yeah, how many checks has this been? I would say it's about 60, probably. That's pretty cool. It's a lot more than I would have gotten on the Switch 1, so I'll take it. Well, that's funny. In this video game store, there's literally just controllers hanging off the ceiling. See, they're just like kind of taped and just dangling off the ceiling, and you could maybe like head bump into them. Kind of funny. It's definitely a creative way to like list your hardware, have them hanging off the ceiling. I mean, why not? It's a unique approach, so go for it, I guess. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, sorry. Just me looking at more videos, don't mind me. I don't know how to make this any more entertaining, you know? It's just me and myself, huh? These shiny single hunts are quite weird. I mean, in the playthrough, you always have stuff to talk about, don't you? Anyway, let me see. Time at the moment is 10:48, so an hour and 12 more minutes of resets. I like that. Alright, walk forward. And here we go. Like, walking forward is just like the proverbial thing. You set out for a plan and you just go through with it. Like, stick to what you want to do. That's my approach. Even if you're not really prepared for it, I mean, why not? In most things in life, you're not going to be prepared for it. It's just like, you deal with it, right? Yeah. Like, you deal with odds. Life is kinda like one massive RNG simulator. One that's stacked up against you, like, in a not so good way. So where am I with this one? I'm just gonna say we're now up to closer to 70. Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to what I'm even saying. That's the wonders of multitasking. Alright, that ended. Let me see what it is. Alright, let's see. I have to figure out what I want to do for the next hour and change, so... So yeah, if anyone has Pokemon CA, how do they feel about it? I mean, how do you feel about it? Are you done with it? Did you get all you wanted done? Did you get all the Mega Stones? Did you get all the shinies that you want to get? For me, I got everything, well, mostly everything I want to get. I don't want to do online battles anymore because I'm fed up with those. I got all of the Mega Stones up to a point, I believe. I might be missing the latest one, but I can always get that. I do believe you just have to go up to rank S, don't you? Pretty much, I believe that's the case, yeah. Unless it's a duplicate stone and I think I need it, but I actually don't, in which case, it's even better. I got myself all of the legendaries in shiny form, so every single shiny legendary I could get, I got it. But I only really needed the Latios, so the rest became overkill. I could have just gone in and, you know, picked up a non-shiny and be done with it, but because it's shiny hunt, and shiny hunt is hunt, well, I went down the hard route. Right, come back out. I saw shiny for a moment, but I didn't. I just saw it from the corner of my vision. Alright, and how's this one? Alright, that's at 7,000. And the other one was... what was it? Oh, it's gone. But Lever was about 5 to 6,000. Alright, here goes. So, I'm just thinking, right, this is not like the most engaging for me, so I'd probably only do this once a week, and at about 2 hours, not 3 hours intervals, because, yeah, I kinda need a break from this. So I'll do this once a week, for sure. At least until it pops up. I'm not really bothered because it's like, it's all good, it's something to do. And shiny hunting is always fun. You just have to manage how you do it, and how much engagement you have. I mean, when I go into stuff like Detective Pikachu or other Pokemon games, or even if I'm doing a playthrough, you know, there's always something to talk about. But in this case, yeah, you have to work a bit harder. Or just talk about stuff that's not related. Either works. I'm kind of doing the latter because, yeah, I have so much to talk about when I get the new Pokemon games. Now I'm looking forward to them. I'm looking forward to them a lot. But for the time being, this is a fun experiment. Alright, what's this saying? Let's go to it. Come on, game. Alright, pause this. Go to sort by. Oh shit, I actually thought I actually dropped my controller for a moment. I was like, oh no. But I was so glad I didn't drop it. It manages not to slide off. I was picking up an object off the table and I was like, whoosh. I caught it in time. Alright, we keep going. Yeah. Sorry if I go silent. I do apologize, it just keeps happening. I get distracted so easily. And I don't want to repeat myself. You know what? I might still give myself some shiny luck. I do have a command for it. It's pointless, but it's kind of a feel-good thing. Our Dialga is still blue. How disappointing. My nephew loves blue. Blue and white. But I like green. I like it a lot more. There we go. Good job, Nightbot. Oh my gosh, some of these comments are so funny, but they're true. Yep, I'm just reading random stuff, so if I laugh, don't mind me. It's just like, it's multitasking. Multitasking at its best, you know? Alright, close that down. Let's keep going. Alright, how fast can I make this go? It's really focusing on it. How many resets can I get done? I'm gonna try optimize it. Let's go. Pokemon Violet Nuzlocke Redemption, Among Us Saturdays, Pokemon Shield, Rogue and Roller. Oh, those are cool live streams. Gosh, it keeps recommending Pokemon VGC to me. I don't even want to watch that stuff anymore. I've lost count of how many times I've actually said, no, I'm not interested. Stop recommending it. But what can you do? YouTube doesn't listen. Wow, that's funny. So, my friend was streaming Sonic the Hedgehog 2, right? I watched a little bit of it, right? And suddenly I'm getting recommendations all over my homepage for Sonic 2. Yep, YouTube's out of control. Kind of assumes like if you watch something for even like a minute. Oh, you must really like it. I'm just gonna spam you with recommendations for it. But no thanks, I'll pass because if I wanted to watch Sonic the Hedgehog 2 content, I would just play it on a Genesis or on the emulator, and yeah. I don't see why I'd go out of my way to find something to watch it. It's just like my friend was playing it by chance and I clicked in. Alright, time to reload that. So, there's something kind of not good going on in the music scene, and it's AI related, right? So I like to watch a lot of what they call um, retrowave stuff, which is basically pseudo 1980s type sci-fi music. But with like all the AI stuff that's came in, you can now find videos that have are almost certainly 100% AI generated and on a loop, and music itself sounds kind of sus because it sounds like a genre but at the same time it doesn't. It's like the entire content is just put through an AI blender and spat out at you. It's making it harder to find actual stuff I want to listen to. But then again, I'm not unique in that problem, I guess. We all have that. Everything's getting destroyed by artificial intelligence, especially content creation, because yeah, people are being lazy. Yeah, be lazy, yo. They don't want to make anything. They want the easy buck. And if they can tell AI just to make the video, make the audio, make the thumbnail even, boom, job done. Easy money, right? Right? But that only works for so long. And at some point, then all the good stuff you want to find, well, it'll be gone. It'll be buried like, under a mountain of fake content. Alright, let's keep this going. And my time at the moment is 11:10, so I have 50 minutes to go. Alright, I've seen this. Don't want to see a Nuzlocke. I'm not a fan of Nuzlocks. Yeah, I get why people do them because they want the harder difficulty, but... And I do watch maybe a small bit of them, but for the long run, it's just not content I kind of go into. Okay, here we go. Right, so, kind of related to this, right? Oh, wait a second. I don't want to see Sonic content. No thank you, YouTube. Right, so, at the start of the stream, I was like, oh, what am I going to talk about? I got 3 hours, and there's going to be no new content besides me hitting reload on the game. No dialogue to voice, nothing to say beyond the obvious, right? Not that I'm complaining, because that's just how it is, right? And it kind of made me anxious, like, since I've never done this before, but when you actually get into it and you start doing something, well, it just gets easier. You just relax into it, and that's kind of how I feel about it now. It's easier just to keep going once you get into it. It's like writing, I guess. Like, whenever I got stuck at writing, it'd be because I hadn't actually started. But once I started, oh hey, it was pretty easy. You just keep going. And the one thing about writing that can absolutely trap you is if you're a perfectionist and like you read back your work and you're like, oh no, I don't like that. Then you rewrite one bit and you say, oh, the other stuff doesn't match my new standard. Then you're like, oh, then you do that, then you just keep going this perpetual loop of like edit and edit upon edit. And at some point you just get you have to tell yourself, I'm stopping. This is where I complete this project. And for me when I wrote the book, that's what it was like. I had myself in this loop that just kept going and going around. I mean that is what a loop is, right? It is perpetual, it continues. Alright, headphones adjusted. So yeah. Now I forget, what was I even talking about besides books? Yeah, right, so once you get into doing something, it's pretty easy. However, doesn't change the results. Remember why you do something and enjoy it, you know? What matters more is not so much the outcome, but like your reason and your intentions for going into it. At least that's what I tell myself, right? I know why I do this. And I know the potential outcomes, but at the same time, I know they're going to be hard to get. And I know the easy outcomes, which is kind of what I have now. But I just remind myself that I know why I'm doing it, and that makes me happy. And even if the outcome does not go the way I would like it to, or if the outcome remains the same, regardless of what seems to be going on, well, so be it. What the heck is going on with that video? One moment I was just like, had my mouse hovered over some thumbnail, and it just kept going and going and going. And then there was one scene that came up, yep, that was absolutely not PG. Not by any account. I'm surprised that even got in there. Okay, come on game. I know you like to maybe load a little bit slow, but that's too slow. Right. Oh, that's weird. So this is video, right? And it's talking about animators in the YouTube community. Apparently a lot of them being demonetized and replaced with AI. Like, AI content is being pushed over them. Don't know, it's pretty interesting. Maybe they are doing something wrong. Or maybe YouTube just kind of wants to shut that type of content creation down, you know? Get rid of the animators. Yeah, imagine going for all that monetization and all that effort just to like get kicked to the curb. Really wild. You know what's funny, right? You always think that you have big problems, but there's always somebody with a bigger problem. And there's no point beating yourself up, because yeah, I'm somebody who does that to myself in a way, you know? I get doubts. I get anxious. I know what? It's stupid. Life is just life. And you all have to just like make the best of it, you know? Get the best outcome. Huh, YouTube alternatives. Wow, so animators are just like leaving YouTube? Interesting. Animation is really hard, you know? Even if you're doing it digitally in a computer, it's a lot harder if you're doing it by hand and drawing each frame. Yeah, it's super hard. So, I've mad respect for people who can actually do that. I mean, when I done animation, I was like in Source Filmmaker, I just had random models and you could just like program it to like move arm here, move leg there, and it would do all the animation in between. You wouldn't have to worry about how that part of the body or where the object was. It would just move it for you. And that's what's cool about digital animation. But actually drawn animation, I'll never lose respect for actual real animators who do it the traditional style. It's like crazy. You can still do that. That's like a real craft, a real art. And it sucks that people are getting punished for it and spending years on the channel, becoming a professional animator, teach themselves all of these skills, only to get kicked to the curb. Alright, do I get the shiny? I've got them on today. Ha, no dice. That's funny. Alright, we keep going and going for 35 minutes. Or however long I feel like, so I'll see. I'll see how I feel. Oh my gosh, I am an idiot. Yes, I'm officially an idiot. And you know what? I feel better though. So, I've been kinda getting into this. It's a whole vibe, you know. It's the difference between SOS hunting and, say, a picnic table hunting and all that sort of stuff to this. It's a real learning curve. A really big one. Now, for sure, this type of content would be so much easier if, you know, you were doing it with somebody else, because then you'd always have someone to bounce ideas off, or just like goof around. Now that'd be awesome. But I don't know anyone else doing BDSP content at the moment. Yep, if you ever feel bad, just like stop, think, and just give yourself that space, cause not everything is as it seems. Not really. Eventually, what you want to happen will happen. You all just have to like put yourself out to that space, you know? Like, you want that job, you want that opportunity, you want that situation. Well, you know what? You have to be out there in that space for that to come about. If you just do nothing, well, it's not going to happen. Yeah, when I think about my life for like I say the last 5 or 10 years, right? You have work, you have free time, what little you would have had of it, right? Because work, even if it's like a basic 9 to 5, well, then there's the commute, and there's all of that sort of stuff. It basically leaves you very little time for yourself. And for a long time, life kind of felt like this giant funnel, you know? Yeah? You do stuff and it seems to go nowhere. Everything's a repetition, but not the fun kind, you know? It's not a repetition you really chose, it's like a repetition you need to do if you just want to keep your house. So, when I stepped back from like doing full-time work, it was a great improvement. I felt like I had gotten my life back. But then again, suddenly you have a vacuum, right? You don't want to be doing nothing like with that free time. Got to be creative, and creativity requires motivation and purpose. Alright, game. I don't even know how many times I've checked this, but I'm not bothered. I know a lot of people actually get into, you know, counting how often they check and say, oh, I'm under odds, I'm over odds. For me, I'm not really into that. I just like having what will happen happen. Yeah, so for example, I hunted shiny Arceus from about December 16 to January the 14th in 2025. Who knows how many resets I've done, but almost every day I would just have like the switch on the side and I'd be doing passive soft resetting just without really paying attention to it. I'm not sure how many times I actually went through it, but 2 hours almost every day. It was a lot of resets, for sure. The more I look at this Dialga, the more I dislike it. Its head is giant. Like, it's like a giant ice cream cone turned upside down. Yeah, definitely not the best looking legendary, but it could be worse. But hey, at least it gets a green shiny, so that's something, I guess. It could be like Palkia, just a different shade of pink. Am I doing this fast enough? Probably not. Yeah, I need to do this faster, otherwise I'm not gonna get it anytime soon. Come on, game. Alright, so you see my character right here? I wait for the appearance to come up. Her appearance right here is identical to the one I had in my previous BDSP save. That's where I styled the character before I deleted the save and started over. Now the difference is obviously it's a new save file and a new character name, but just to honor like my old save, I made some part of it be identical to how it was. Because I wanted to just remember it, you know? Now one reason I gave up my previous save was I couldn't shiny hunt Arceus. Yeah, I didn't have a Master Ball, so I couldn't go for it. And ultimately I do want to get to Arceus, so that is on my list. After Dialga, I can go to it, but Dialga is like a roadblock. You can't finish the game, and well, yeah. And you're going to say, oh, you can knock Dialga out, come back later. Well, sadly, even if you do that, and you beat the game, you go all the way past the champion, boom, 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 all awesome stuff, right? You still cannot get to Arceus, because as long as the Dialga is not caught, the game's not going to let Arceus spawn. I've tried it, it doesn't work. When I was doing it in Shining Pearl, I was like, yo, I don't want to catch the Palkia, I just want to head straight up to Arceus. And the game wouldn't let me. I just like caught the Palkia in a random Pokeball, tossed it in a bag and forgot about it. And I played the Arceus flute and boom, it finally worked. So yeah, you actually have to do capture the Dialga or the Palkia. You can't get to the actual Arceus period without it. Oh, and you do national decks too, but it's kind of cheap really. Like, these Pokemon aren't all that fun to get. By fun, I mean like all the random ones. Along the way, yeah, that was a bit of a pain, but thankfully I was able to just like transfer some of them over from the old save and get myself the basic decks. So when I do that, I will just like unlock national decks right away and boom. I do hope to do that very soon. Just all depends on how this goes. Which will be fine, I'm sure. Yeah, so what's the time now? Surely I'm almost out of time. Okay, 22 minutes. That's fair. I'll take it. Yeah, abs will take that. I still have to complete my Let's Go Eevee decks. I'm at 120 out 151. Yeah, I need to get that done so I can do the dual shiny hunt. I believe in Let's Go Eevee, I want to go for the Articuno first. Not for the Mewtwo or the rest of them. And as Master Balls go, you can apparently get some of them randomly in the Cerulean Cave, but at a really low percentage. So there's this open floor in the Cerulean Cave in Let's Go Eevee. It's quite large and usually it has about 3 to 4 spawns of items. Some of those will be Pokeballs. You might get 1 Ultra Ball, you might get 1 Great Ball, you might get 10 Ultra Balls, but what's rarer, I should say rarest, is a single Master Ball. And so far when I've been playing it, I haven't actually seen a Master Ball be available in there because, yep, very low odds. So even if I do eventually get round and get the Pokédex and get the shiny Articuno, I'm gonna have to spend a whole lot of time in Cerulean Cave just getting Master Balls. That's gonna take a long time. Now in this save, I'm fortunate enough to have 5 Master Balls, and I got those because people traded me random stupid Pokemon that were hacked, and I was like, you know what, I'm getting rid of those, but I'll take the ball, and I did. I mean, I was fortunate that it happened, because otherwise, I'd be faced with the choice of, do I just bypass Dialga and go up to Arceus later with my 1 Master Ball? But then, fate had its way, and I got some more, and yeah, so I can actually shiny hunt this, and not have to worry about failing to catch it. Oh, and so, in my Shine and Pearl save, I went to the trouble having like an executor with harvest ability and a skill swap Pokemon and all that sort of stuff. Not a skill swap, an item swap Pokemon. The whole reason I did that was I thought, you know what? I'm going to shiny hunt Arceus and I want to swap my base ability, give it a berry that will constantly re-eat and re-eat and it will never go out of power points, but the reality was you can't, it doesn't work in Arceus. I wasted my entire time building up a team of Pokemon just for that one thing, and I can't do it. The only way is Whole Lot of Fortune or Master Ball, and base Arceus is about 3% catch rate. Alright, wrong tab, so get the correct tab up. I need to check this. Say, video details. Wait, what? Why did Sable stop? He stopped. Wow. Why did he stop? I don't get it. He was only at it for like 1 hour and then he was just like, I'm done. What happened there? I'm gonna have to find out, so I'm curious. Why did Sable stop his stream? But before I do that, I need to go into here. YouTube Studio. I need to check stuff too. Content. Live. Oh phew! No content strikes. You know, those are a real problem, right? I had some audio in here before, like in a different stream. I got a content strike. I figured out which one it was. But that wasn't the easy part. It's like finding an alternative, so the alternative I have played now is something straight off YouTube, so I believe it'll be okay. I hope it'll be okay, because I want to have some relaxing music on this. I mean, why not? Alright, so that's okay. Go back to dashboard. Okay, so Discord. Go up to here. Oh yeah, if I go silent for a moment, it's just I'm typing to someone, so I'm going to silence the microphone, so... Alright, and I'm back. What will this Dialga do? Will it keep giving me nothing? Or will I get it? Alright, so tomorrow there's 100% no stream for me. I'll be doing creative projects that will tie into stuff I do on here later, so even though nothing's being seen, well, I will tie back into my channel content later. So it's all channel work, of course. Just like me getting a Switch 2, new Joy-Cons, and all that sort of stuff. It was for the channel, and me getting an extra capture card and trying to complete Let's Go Eevee, yeah, that's more content I'm trying to create for people. We'll just see how it goes, right? But I'm adding to what I have and expanding upon the stuff I can make for people. Because this space I want to be for people to just to be able to relax in and feel like you're distracted from everyday life. Even if it means hearing me kind of like yap about random stuff, you know? I like saying you know? It's one of my favorite expressions. Besides awesome, Awesome. Yep, you know, and awesome are two of the most favorite things I like to say. So, I have this cake I got today. It's a Minecraft cake, but it's green. Now, wouldn't it be crazy if I got shiny green Dialga and I was able to celebrate by having a green cake? That would be pretty impressive if I could make it happen. If I could make it happen. Yeah, but I'm doing my best. And where we at now? This must be over 200. Easy over 200. Okay, cool. So I can close that off. No problem. Oh, awesome. I'm down to 6 minutes. Yeah, I'm excited to end this because I don't know what to say. It's like 3 hours of watching a blue Dialga. Well, I don't know what I was expecting. Well, yeah, in a sense I don't really do because I knew I was going to be seeing a lot of blue, but at the same time, I was hoping it would have showed up quicker. Because like 4096 is not that big a number. It's not like the original games where it's like 8000, was it 8096? Yeah, I believe it was about those odds. So yeah, this is half the odds of what people used to full odds hunt at. So in reality, it shouldn't take too long, right? When you think about, like, say, a sword and shield with the dens that you can go into and shiny hunt, they're supposed to be about 1 out of 100. But the main issue with those is not the 1 out of 100. The issue is that each attempt takes about 30 to 40 minutes. It's a really long time. And that's why it makes that 1 out of 100 feel so long. Like it feels like an eternity. It's why I never really do any shiny hunting in that game, in the dens, whatever the heck they call them. Yeah, that's why I never shiny hunt in there. I shiny hunt outside of it, but not inside it. Because having one attempt in half an hour, I'll pass. I'd rather watch a video or do something else, and we stop doing that. I saw this one person who at least spent about a year and a half going after Zygarde. A year and a freaking half. That is wild numbers. And they said they were checking it frequently. And you can only check it frequently so many times a day because, like I said, half an hour per attempt. So yeah, not cool. And definitely not worth the time investment. It's cool if you're going into it and just doing it randomly. Like, that's what I do, so once every Thursday or second Thursday, I do a couple of dens, aka Dynamax adventures with people I know online, but for myself, I would never go into them solo. And I wouldn't go into them with strangers either because they can mess you around just as much as a team of bots can. And plus, you can't really chat with them anyway, so it's not even fun. So one part of the shiny hunting fun is, just have people to talk to, stuff to do. It makes it all that more engaging. I will take this right up to midnight and call it then. So here's hoping. Let's see that shiny come out. If not, I'll schedule this again for next week, but at maybe a hour and a half to 2 hours at most. Yeah, I know, I'm gonna limit myself. Yeah, I know I'll potentially drag this out longer, but you know what? I really don't care. It's all about having random stuff to stream, and yeah, having this in the inventory just gives me options. Oh cool, 1 minute left. So it'll be one more attempt. Let's go. Let's see what I get. I'm excited. And that's that. That is a wrap. Thank you to anyone all who watched. Though truthfully, I can understand why people would have clicked out because I think it's kind of hard watching a stream where the same thing's going over and over and there's not much social engagement going on. I get it, I totally get it. I'm kind of the same, you know, but I'm doing this because I want to. I understand why people would just click out of it. Totally, I totally do get that. Well, anyhow, thank you to anyone who watched, anyone who might watch in the future, who almost certainly will not get to this point. But in any case, goodbye and I hope you all have a great day. Take care.